Fun's
Always.
over.
Oh,
I'm upset.
what are you upset about?
I've experienced some personal training that I thought that we were past.
Ooh.
I'm
At
over
your
it.
gym?
No. No.
Yeah. Sorry. Because we've been to a lot of gyms lately.
Yeah, it was somewhere else.
Yeah. Fair. Hopefully they're not watching on YouTube.
I don't understand. It's wild to me that I've, in my phone, written a topic for today's podcast of how to be a good face-to-face trainer. And it's not going to be programming. It's not going to be nutrition or communication or anything. It's going to be take your hands out of your pockets. Stand up when your client's training. Dress like you're going to work. Watch your client's sets. Talk to your clients during the session at least once. Like at least
Yeah.
a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Maybe even during their set would be nice.
Pretty important. Yeah.
Carry their drink bottle for them. Maybe their towel, unless they're gross. Carry their own towel. if they're
Carry your
gross.
own towel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it half a dozen times
It's
this
like
week.
the basics of customer service have just been like forgotten about.
I've seen it in Reels, man.
Yeah.
People posting direct advertising for their business, and it's them shoulders hunched over, hands in pockets, staring at their client while they train. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Were you taught that? Obviously, did you actually go to an RTO for your cert? You just got it with the...
Nah, just because we got prereq stuff through university, so we just had to do certain units.
Yeah.
So like you do these certain units. Like I don't even have a cert 3 and 4. It's just that I'll get insurance to train people
Yeah.
for PT.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
technically, like that's all you need.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you just need to get the insurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know where I learned. Maybe it was even Phoenix Induction, where it was just like, you carry their drink bottle and all that shit.
Yeah. I feel like we got told that. I got told, yeah, maybe that.
I don't know if it was in the course or it was in
Or if like one of the OFDs
like
just
the
told us.
gym induction. But it was like, that was just one of the very first things that was drilled into me.
Yeah.
Load their plates for them, set up the equipment for them.
Yeah, I don't know where we got told that. It just seemed to be normal.
Yeah, but it's not now.
Yeah, well.
It's really weird.
Do you reckon that's just like because there's more personal trainers though? Do you reckon there's still people out there that do it? It's just because there's more personal trainers. There's just more people not doing
I don't know.
that as well.
I just haven't seen it for a long time.
Yeah.
And I had it pointed out to me, and then I just like be front of mind saw it everywhere afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a real fucking problem, man.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I see is the presentation. Like even just at other like the gym that I train at, it's like you wouldn't even know
Yeah,
they're
PTs.
personal trainers.
Yeah.
They come and like sometimes the outfit's not even like it's creased. It's doesn't match. Like I'm not a fashion expert, but it's just
Yeah.
it looks like they just like worked out with like the clothes that they don't like using anymore, and then just put a jacket on to train someone.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't even, as a member of the gym, work out if you're a friend
Yeah.
or if you're training the person.
PT, yeah.
And I'm like, if you walked in there and you had like, you know, just a set of trousers, like pants, it doesn't have to be jeans or slacks or anything, some shoes and a top that just had like your business or your coach or the name of the gym, depending on what the rules are there.
Even just fucking a clean Under Armour top.
Yeah,
Like, just
it's like you kind of differentiate yourself very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, cool, this person's a personal trainer now.
yeah.
But yeah, and then just like the presentation as well, like the hair, the beard or whatever. It's like clean yourself up.
Yeah. I've been scruffy. Like when I started PT, I had basically an afro, I think. I don't remember. But like, always uniform was good.
You got to look
Always.
presentable.
Always.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really shocked me.
Yeah, I'm not that shocked because I see it a lot.
Do you want? So what
That's
I
what I
thought
think.
was potentially it's not more or less or anything like that. It's the influx of online PT, as in like
What do you-
online education. So you do Cert 4 online.
Oh yeah, you spend less time in the gym.
You don't get taught like Because even like when we did the RTO, we were supposed to like look at how they dressed when they came, and some of them you have to wear your RPT shirt when you go to class, and
Yeah, I think that's mandatory, but no one. I'm just like, yeah.
yeah. So I like that stuff being let slip.
Yeah.
It's like, is it just because professionalism? It's weird. We've spoken about it, like what professionalism means something different now. Like we're sitting here in oversized cuts.
Yeah.
Whereas 5 years ago we were wearing polos for the pod. Because like people don't like that now.
Correct.
But you still have to have...
I think
what
there's
does professionalism then mean? Well, it's like, well, just because you have like your trackies on and socks tucked in doesn't make you unprofessional. But when you do that and you sit down and don't pay attention, now that's unprofessional.
Yeah. I still think there's certain... Like, you know, you talk about the outfit then. Sure, like, I still think, and maybe this is me being old school, there's just certain circumstances where a polo or a shirt does warrant the situation.
Yeah, and I think...
Like, if you were... Sorry to cut you off. If you were giving, like... Let's say we had to do... Let's say you were a guest speaker at a fitness conference.
Yeah.
And you had to travel.
Yeah.
I'm not rocking up like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you kind of gauging...
Read the room.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
read the room.
Context.
And it's like, for the people that don't know who you are, what do you want them to... Like, at face value, what do you want them to think of you?
Yeah.
So if you're like scruffy hair
Yeah.
and like, you know, you got these shaggy clothes and your posture's,
Yeah.
you know, not welcoming, instantly that first, you know, kind of side of you, like people are going to draw conclusions.
Yeah.
So you're offsetting that. You're trying to make that as favorable as possible. And that's everywhere, not just like a guest speaking thing.
Yeah.
So if you're in the gym and it's like you're attentive to your clients, you know, your hair's done, and it doesn't have to, you don't have to have a sick fade or whatever. It's just like you look presentable, you look clean, you look, you know, like you've actually put some effort into the gym that day.
You take your profession seriously.
You've got the uniform on. It's, you know, it's clean. It's not creased. It doesn't look like you just screwed it up in your bag and put it on.
Yeah.
And then you're engaged in the session. Like, what is someone else looking into your looking at your session, thinking of you?
Yeah.
Compared to the shaggy clothes, the rough hair, the slouched over. Like, to me, I'm like, that's a person who
cares.
Yeah, doesn't give, like, the person who doesn't look presentable. I'm like, that person doesn't really give a shit, and they're probably struggling.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they're probably not that good at their job. Like,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the connection that people who look in,
Yeah.
they'll connect those dots.
Yeah.
And it's not to say it's the truth, but
Yeah, and it's
what it looks
pretty
like.
rare to see the person that's dressed well behave poorly.
yeah, like we've had this discussion like many years ago, I think, about like, you know, if you were selling your house, are you taking someone who's got like a Corolla with a banged up door? Like, if a real estate agent with a Corolla with a banged up door comes to your house,
Yeah.
and then you've just got someone who's got like maybe like a Q5,
Yeah.
you know, SUV Audi, and it's just like, you know, clean, and that person's got a one unbuttoned shirt and no tie, and then the dude with the Audi's got the tie and the suit and stuff. It's like, which one are you going to gravitate towards without talking to them?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's very similar to that. It's like, there's just a degree of professionalism when you try. It's like, you
Yeah.
care because you put that much effort in for me to engage in a conversation with you.
Yeah. I think like being our age now is like this weird halfway point too of like the broccoli head thing. Like we're like fucking broccoli heads.
Yeah.
But like if you're a broccoli head, you're like, sick haircut, man.
Yeah.
But when you're the age that you're like, your mate's got a broccoli head haircut, you're like, oh, it looks really cool. And like when I had the shaggy hair, I was like, this is like, it's cool. I don't care. But
Yeah.
then now I'm like, I can see what that means to a 40-year-old and a 50-year-old
Yeah.
is you're scruffy. Like you can have
Yeah,
a
the
broccoli
shaggy
head
head.
that's neat. But like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
wearing, like right now, if you wear fucking a front runner tee, essentials jumper, fuck, you get a $200 pair of tracksuit pants with expensive Jordans. Your mates are like, fuck, man,
Yeah.
nice fit.
Yeah.
The 35-year-old who doesn't know what I just said is like,
Why are you wearing track pants and jumper?
why are you in
jumper?
pajamas?
Yeah, why are you in weekend, like Sunday afternoon clothes at the gym?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
So that you have to walk that line And then if you're training anyone that's over 30, over 35, there has to be a consideration to how you're showing up from a presentation standpoint.
Yeah. That's where I guess uniforms are valuable.
Yeah, because it takes the thought out of it.
Yeah, and it just unifies a standard.
Yeah.
So we were like, as much as the Good Life uniform was not great and it didn't fit very well, they, kind of sourced it from God knows where, because the sizings were just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to get into those when you and I were at our biggest, and I was already like an XL or whatever then. I was so small. So yeah, like, but it did unify like a standard. Like, we all had the black shorts on. We all had like the fitness professional on the back. Like, people in the gym were like, that's like, we know who you are. You work in the gym. There's authority already there because you have the uniform.
Yeah.
Where maybe there's a lot of small gyms now, and that culture's not there.
Yeah.
To, kind of set a standard across. It's like, this is the uniform, and this is...
Yeah, honestly, like, I think appearance, from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, is like the lowest. Like, it's probably the easiest thing to fix, but it's also like the lowest impact. Like, to just the blatant... It's disrespect to take $2 a minute off someone and look disinterested. And not...
Oh, yeah, I haven't even gotten to how you interact inside the session. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of distractions now, so I think if you're a coach, you've got to try and mitigate those. It's like our phones weren't as active then as they are now, so if that was the case, I'd probably just put it in a locker or something.
Yeah.
Because it would just vibrate the whole time. Like, my phone's vibrating right now. Like, it's just going nuts. I'm like, fuck, I should put it on the table. So, yeah, I think in that instance, like... You've got to just understand why you're there. I feel like a lot of PTs just don't do that. Like, take a deep breath. Who's in front of me? What are they here for? What goals are they there for? What am I here for? And then you just go into the session. Yeah. Like, sometimes, like, I get it. You're not going to do that for everyone, but it's like, do it once.
Yeah.
And tell me it's not better.
Yeah.
It's not a better mindset to shift into your session, because you kind of just take things for granted. You're just like, all right, sweet, I've got John coming in, like, training forever, like this one's locked, like we're just going to talk about the weekend, he's going to tell me about his work and stuff, and we're just going to send him on his way. So you just like act a little bit different, where you're like, I'm here to deliver this outcome and train this person as hard as possible and blah blah blah. It's like you would approach that session, I would argue, in a much better mentality.
Just identifying what the outcome of the session is supposed to be. So if it is Dave that wants to talk about the footy and doesn't take training that seriously, how do you navigate that session to be enjoyable for them and also produce the outcome that they're paying you to? That's what it is. And it's even like, I don't know, again, I don't remember where this all came from, and maybe it's not taught. And that's the problem, is it's just not impressed upon people enough. But just like, I have always seen a personal training session somewhat, and it's not about, I don't mean this to be disingenuous, it's a performance. Like, when you go out and do a personal training session with someone, you're performing a bit. That makes sense? So it doesn't mean you're being fake. But it's like, I'm going to be as energetic and as engaged and as whatever as possible. And that comes from like the leave your own bullshit at the door, and like, what are you there to do? And then do that. I don't know. Performance, it kind of comes off like it's wrong,
but it's like, I know what you mean. It's the idea that, like, if someone took a 30-second clip of you training somebody, what do you want that to look like? You get to choose. So it's like, it doesn't matter. You obviously want that standard. If someone ever did at any time to take a 30-second clip of you, it's like, you're well put together, you're engaged, you're doing the thing that you're hired to do. How many people, if they were to take that 30 seconds, how many people are actually doing it?
And how many people would, And
would you be happy with people seeing that on like, to everybody in the gym?
Would you change your behavior if the camera turned on?
And like, I'm not saying I've been perfect. Like, your hard leg day, sometimes you just gravitate to sitting down. But the one thing that I always do, and I've always done, is being really engaged. I used to, like, sometimes, you'd be lunging with people and you kind of walk in, you're doing this 360 thing and you're walking around them and you have coaches go up to you and go, what are you looking at? And I'm like, well, just looking at, the front gate, the side angle,
Yeah.
and the back just to see if everything looks the way it should. And then it's like, all right, everything looks good. Now it's to motivate that person to continue.
Yeah.
You know, affirmations, etc.
Yep.
Feedback after the set. Cool, have your rest period. Sometimes it's just fill out the program and wait for the timer and go again.
Yeah. And then, like, the sitting isn't the issue. Sitting while they do a set, that's always been a hard
absolutely.
no for me.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
your client's training, you're standing up.
Yeah, fucking oath. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it's just doing your job. Like, your job's, like, I think we just forget what we're there to do. It's like we are there to motivate people. We are there to affirm what they're doing is right. We are there to, you know, correct them when they're not doing the right things. It is a lot about communication, and communication is verbal and non-verbal.
Yeah.
You know, and that person wants to know that and feel like they have someone with them the whole time, not just have someone with them periodically,
Yeah.
you know, during that time that they've hired you for.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you can grasp that, you will leave the quote-unquote competition behind in your gym.
Yeah.
Just those simple things. Because people watch. They watch more than you think. You know, they're always looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you're the person who's not makes the most noise, but, you know, kind of projects the right things. So sometimes it is when you project, it's like you project in posture, you project in how you look, you project in your messaging. And if you can project the way that you can with all these little things, man, every person will look at you and be like, oh yeah, like when you train with Ben, oh, you know, it looks like you do this and rah rah, and you have this reputation. And when they do want to have personal training, and if you say hi to them, they'll probably pick you.
Yeah. I think more towards the end of my face-to-face career, I had more and more people come up and, like, I don't think I got better. I think the standard got worse.
Yeah.
And people would come up and be like, man, I don't want a personal trainer or anything, but, like, I just wanted to say it's really nice to see a personal trainer engage or give a shit, or their clients move well, or whatever. And that's just from, like, guys that don't want a PT, but see it. And they're like, this dude's fucking showing up.
Appreciate good service. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe it's not taught anymore. Maybe just taken for granted. I don't know. Maybe more people are getting in, so you see more of the bottom, because there's this, you know, the top is, like, easily separated.
Do you think less people will just have, like, customer service voice?
I think less people have social skills. I think that, you know, this continued over-reliance on technology as the main communicator is going to have problems with industries where face-to-face communication is still a big component of it.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're a poor communicator, if you give haircuts, if you are a masseuse, if you're a personal trainer, like, you know, if you're a tradie, you have bad communication skills, you're kind of fighting an uphill battle comparatively to the person that walks into a room and can just talk to everybody and, you know, have easy conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. And the younger generation obviously going to be more compromised like that, because just so heavily reliant on technology and didn't really have a choice, and probably use it more and don't spend as much time face to face. Like, think about it. When we were kids, we're in this really weird pocket, you and I. We
understand technology, but didn't grow up with it.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, that's it. And then it's like we still have that whole, like, you know, used to go to when the street lights came on, you went home.
Yeah.
So we were experienced that generation, but then we were also like we wanted to play PlayStation at the same time. Yeah. And then we had Messenger.
We got MySpace and
MSN and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. So
I know it's a bit rich for us to just sit here and be like, well, you should just do this and you should just do that. But there's definitely a less of a desire and confidence in a social setting that is face to face from people who are, you know, below, say, to like 25. Yeah. And all it takes is that one person. Remember when we were at the Coogee Pav or whatever? And you just saw that one dude, and it was just like he was just chatting to everybody. Yeah. I can't remember his name, but we were obviously having a bit of fun with him. Was it Anthony? Was it Anthony? Yeah. Shout out to Anthony. So he's younger. Was he like 20 at the time? 19. And he was just so charismatic and could talk to everyone. It's like, that dude's going to fucking win. Yeah. You're going to win. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter what. You know, you're going to win because you can talk to everybody. Yeah. And most people your age can't. Yeah. They're going to see the girl. They're going to wait till find out who her name is. They're going to ask their friends to tell them, or they're going to go on Instagram and like a million photos from fucking 3 months ago and just hope. Yeah. You know, where he's going to go, I'm going to go, hey, how you doing? Yeah. How's your night going? You know, who you here with? Well, what are you here for? Yeah. You know, and you can take those same parallels to the people in the gym. So you walk around the gym and you're like, fuck, I hope no one speaks to me.
Yeah.
And then you got the personal trainers walking around like, hey mate, how you going? What are you training today? Oh, that's sick. Enjoy your sesh. You know, oh, what are you training today? Have you tried this? You know, it's just so much more impactful in those settings.
Yeah.
But there's jobs where you don't have to talk to anyone. So,
yeah,
you know, if you don't like to talk to people, maybe don't get into it.
I just had a thought, like, remember, like, when we were coming up, Macca's always pushed, like, work for Macca's and you'll have the rest of your career set. Because, like, everyone looks so favourable of having working at Macca's on your resume.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that now thinking, like, 100%. If you've been front-facing, customer service,
the best and the worst of society.
Yeah.
It's like Steph worked at JB Hi-Fi forever and Coles before that.
Yeah.
And I know 100% that's helped with like all the conflict resolution stuff that she does at school now because she's the AP. So the kids fuck up and then the parents come in. No matter what the kid does, it's the school's fault.
Yeah.
So she's the person that has to engage in those situations and she's the best.
Yeah.
So I never win an argument, basically. She's so cool and calm. And I'm just like, fuck you win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all practice from...
But you did it at Crown?
Like, yeah, absolutely.
You had assholes that treated you like shit.
Yeah.
You had to just eat it and...
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to strangers every day. Couldn't avoid it. Had to, because if you didn't do your job.
Yeah.
Someone comes up to you and asks for a beer. What are you going to do? Like, what? No?
Yeah. Ask someone else.
So, yeah.
So, outside of getting a job at a fast food restaurant...
Just go to hospitality. Because it's like, you'll speak to the best and the worst. It's the worst job in the world.
Yeah, so you would love
so everything else is easier.
Yeah.
Everyone needs that one job that they hate before they do the job they want. There you go. Life advice. Clocked it. Done. Buy my program.